As soon as we saw the reviews start to come in for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, you knew that once again, there was a massive difference between the critics and the audience. What the critics thought about this movie versus what the fans actually felt. And unfortunately for the critics, who did not want this movie to succeed, who even still are continuing to write articles trying to cope, if Mario movie makes $1 billion, we might really be screwed. They don't like movies like this that aren't full of an agenda and are just made for fans and for families. Unfortunately for all these critics, the writing is on the wall. The Super Mario Bros. Movie continues to set records, continues to defy expectations, and continues to roll at the box office. We talked about over this weekend, it looked like the movie was going to make around $87 million with those Sunday estimates. That would be a drop of 41%. Incredible hold for its second weekend. But even that was underestimating this movie. Box office stunner, Super Mario Bros. Scores $92.5 million in second weekend. Big time overperformance even on those Sunday numbers. Crosses $700 million globally. And to put all this in perspective, getting to $350 million domestically in 12 days, faster than Top Gun Maverick, faster than Avatar 2, The Way of Water by a couple days. Those are big time numbers for Super Mario Bros. Now, whether it continues along that path, whether it can reach those type of heights, that remains to be seen. But at some point, you have to acknowledge that everyone has underestimated what this movie could have done, that those billion-dollar estimates may have been very, very low. And in fact, right now, the projections are that before this movie even opens in Japan and South Korea, it could pass, theoretically, $1 billion at the box office. That's the way it's headed right now. And then just think of what those numbers could be after it opens in those big markets. But let's get into these numbers. Universal and Illumination Super Mario Bros. Movie is a bona fide blockbuster and the first movie of the year that will soon cross the $1 billion mark. The Nintendo video game adaptation crossed a massive $92.5 million from 4,371 theaters in its second weekend of play at North America, notably more than expected, and represented a drop of just 37%. That's up from Sunday's already crazy great estimate of 87, which marks the biggest second weekend ever for an animated film after surpassing Frozen 2. We've made these comparisons, did a whole thing talking about the comparison between Frozen 2 and Super Mario Bros. Movie. Obviously, big-time international box office for Frozen. Nintendo and Super Mario Bros. Well on its way to getting up there, but whether this thing can get to $1.4 billion, the biggest animated movie of all time, remains to be seen. Technically, if you want to get into the official records, that dog shit Lion King animated remake, the CGI crap that they put out there, that is in theory the biggest animated movie of all time. I don't think a lot of people really count that when you're talking about animation. Frozen 2 would be the next one on that list, the one that might be in Super Mario Brothers sights right now. But this is just a testament to not listen to the freaks, right? The people that despise fans, that despise families. They just want agenda and propaganda full in these movies. That's why the critics were very mad on Super Mario Brothers. It doesn't matter. The fans are coming out in droves. Families are coming out in droves to support this movie. And it just continues to break records. You know, every step along the way, it's been underestimated, whether it's that opening weekend or even the second weekend. Initially, it was only projected to get $60 million in its second weekend, and it takes home $92.5 million. Biggest second weekend for an animated movie in history. An incredible 36% drop. There are a lot of people out there that are still very mad about this. They're doing their best to cope. Even at like tweets like this going out from Matt Binder that say, conservatives didn't actually watch the Super Mario Bros. Movie because otherwise they'd be going bonkers over Bowser's right-hand man dressed in drag. They're trying to find anything they can to try to say, oh, look, there's actually an agenda in it. No, I don't think that the hilarity of somebody who's not a woman trying to or pretending to be a woman for a little scene that's meant for humor, you're meant to laugh at how absurd it is. I don't think that's the woke propaganda that you were looking for. And people are absolutely slamming him right now. The Super Mario Bros. Movie continues to dominate, and it's not stopping anytime soon. A movie for the fans, and they're coming out in droves to support it. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.